what makes a great guitar builder, a great guitar team, and a great guitar company great? You know, because there's a lot of people out there that build guitars.
It's true.
And we work with the best guitar builders individually, to the shops, to the teams and the manufacturers in the world.
I would agree with that.
And we've had a full view. We're going to pull the curtain back a little bit of, you know, the goods and the bads and the uglies. But I mean, before we even get into it, I'd say it's two primary things. I call it TNT. And that's not what you think it's going to be. It's time and talent.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. It wasn't what you thought it was going to be. It wasn't this and this. No, that's the Broadway thing.
I don't know what he's talking about.
This and this. That's what they always say to the girls when they came on the chorus line. TNT, girls.
I get it.
They can't say it anymore because it's offensive, because it is offensive. But anyway, that was a thing back in the day. And the day wasn't that long ago. This was the early 2000s. Up to that point still. And into probably 2010, 12, 13. Anyway, and talent and time. We've had the fortunate honor to work with like some of the best builders that have been at Fender.
Yep.
And have left Fender and started their own things.
Yes.
You know, the custom shop, we got everyone there right now from like, Dale's like there, Yuri, Todd, Vincent, Greg, Dave, Jason, like they just said, Mick Nutt's the newest to join the team. But, and then of course, Ron Thorne, their fearless leader. John Cruz left, started his own thing. Carlos left, started his own thing. All phenomenal builders.
Yes.
But it takes more than just that.
It does.
You know, it takes more. There's a business behind it too, and there's an organizational skill. It's a nightmare for some of them. But let's start with time. Most of these guys have been building guitars most of their life professionally.
You know, it's funny because like you might see a new builder pop up and you think, oh, they just started building guitars. No, they've probably been building guitars for 20 years. You know, there are no sort of overnight successes, I don't think.
Well, let's take Carlos for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, Carlos is in his 30s. I won't say how old, but it's like on the mid to upper side of it, I think, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yep.
But he was at Fender for a long time, since he was pretty much like a young dude.
Yeah.
Like learning under the best, like as like a teenager almost, you know. And like in other things, he's worked with Gabriel from Echo Park. He's worked with the best in this entire thing. He knows he's been doing it for a long time.
Right.
You know, John Cruz is about 33 years at Fender before he even launched his own thing, and that was like a couple years ago. You know, Ron had his own thing before Fender brought him in. It's you know, Yuri, I don't know, he's been building guitars forever. You know, Todd is like a master. Dale's been doing it forever. You know, they're not that old, but like they've been doing this for a long time. And then we get to some of the other boutiques.
There's some like paying your dues aspects to it, right?
Well, and they've been, but not just doing it by themselves.
Right.
Doing it within the best, circumstances possible.
Yeah.
And like seeing like how the best is done, and being with the best builders too.
Yeah.
That's part of the time. And then you jump into the talent. Some of them got it. Some of them don't. You know, it's just like, I really like college basketball to watch.
Did you watch UNC and Duke the other day?
I couldn't watch it though, because I just had this feeling. I know, I'm a Duke fan. I can't. Yeah, I was like, God, it's Coach K's last game. He's going. I just have a feeling he's going to lose it. Sorry if you haven't watched it yet. If you're saving on TiVo and you haven't watched it yet.
I feel like if you haven't watched it yet, you've seen. You're
TiVo
aware.
Still around?
Sure it is.
Does it really still exist?
I don't know.
I feel like it doesn't have a purpose
I feel
anymore.
like it's dumb. Yeah, maybe.
Like DVR with all the cable companies have taken over that,
Right.
or everything's streaming and you just
Right.
pick when you want to watch it. Anyway.
Someone out there still has TiVo. I feel like that's a comment-worthy thing. If you have TiVo.
If you have TiVo, let us know. It's like if you have an AOL account. I love meeting people that have AOL accounts. I think it's awesome that you're like still supporting. Like, no, I just have to pay my $6 a month, whatever it is now, or $10 a month.
Put that little disc in to load.
Yeah. Can you still do dial-up?
It makes me happy.
Amazing. So I'm sending an email. It'll be for another 5 minutes. Hold on. No, it's there is a degree of talent, like, because we've watched. I'm going to use Fender as an example.
Yep.
We could see the apprentice builds come up, And they're not all equal, but sometimes you see an apprentice build, and
That's whoa, not was your the
it's like, it's whoa. Yeah, it is. It's beyond what you see like a master builder that has maybe done for quite a while.
I think we sort of saw that with Carlos and Vincent.
We did.
You know?
We saw it with both those two. I see with a few of the other guys like George Weiss and Levi Perry. I look at his works and I'm like, yep.
There's a thing, right? Because I mean, I feel like I can learn the skills, but I don't think I'd ever do a guitar that you're like, oh wow, this is magical. You know, this is like greater than the sum of its parts. Maybe that's dumb. But
no, like a quick note to if anybody's like watches Levi Perry's like Instagram or something, like, and a note to Levi, like, do post more of your guitars on Instagram. Some of your builds, man, you got great builds. It's like I want to see more of those. Like because I watched his story feed one day and just spent like I think 15 minutes just watching him. I was like, and like watching his like I went through all of his individual captions on his Instagram. He had some really cool builds. He did one at the NAMM show that I was really pissed we didn't get. It was like the yellow one with the great relic pattern. Right. Whatever. I really wanted that one. I don't really care in general. Sometimes it's like, but that was one that it sort of stood out to me. Yeah. And I was like, that's a rising star, and I hope Fender realizes it too. George's is phenomenal as well, but I particularly connected with that one piece. Anyway, what were you saying? I'm sorry. Got excited. Talent.
Right, you know. How I have no talent. That was the gist. Baxter's like, yeah, you're
Our
right.
wives call us every day just to let us know that. It's funny because
remember, you're a talentless hack.
Bring home the money now.
Don't go getting your head big.
I know. It's the TNT, the time and talent, is a huge factor, and it's also something else that I've learned. The great builders that I really appreciate, they listen.
Yes.
They listen. They're open to taking constructive criticism, and like taking like what can I do better, like even like, and it's funny with like Carlos Lopez's builds in particular. He asks me every time we get one of his pieces like, hey, what is wrong? Is there anything wrong with it? What can I do better? And I look at it and like I don't have anything for him.
Right.
I'm trying to find notes, like on like because I think for the build, these are all baritones right now. They're amazing,
I don't know that I've ever really wanted a baritone.
I've never wanted a baritone. There's no part of my mind that's like, I want a baritone.
No, like, God, I wish I had a baritone.
I have one on order now. Don't worry, you can just play that one whenever you want. Just take it out.
That was exactly...
That's the idea.
Exactly my plan.
I look at any of my guitars, pretty much casino guitars. And any of Jonathan's guitars are Jonathan's guitar. Wait.
Totally fair.
But I know he would let me play any of his guitars.
I would.
I was like, can I play your 335? Because that's an awesome one. Next time you bring it to the shop, I would like to play it.
Okay.
Just side note. So I always forget to mention these things because we have like real life to do. Like as soon as we finish this, we have to gut fish.
Yeah, hours.
No, like
hours.
The band, because Trey is apparently left Fish and is starting his own acoustic project. That's it. Fish is over. The band is. I'm kidding. He just has a solo acoustic album coming out. I just want to see somebody lose their mind.
Oh my God. No one cared.
Derek's like, have you heard about Fish's acoustic? Yeah, I've heard about Trey's acoustic. I know. That was a whole other topic. Does anyone care if a jam band comes out with an album at all? Probably not, unfortunately, because it's just a live show.
Especially Derek. Derek hates Fish.
Derek hates so hard. He hates any jam type of idea.
And most things.
Yeah, like Widespread, Grateful Dead. He doesn't. He's like behind the camera having to edit these ones about jam bands. He's like, I hate
that. How could you hate that?
He just hates joy.
Joy.
Anyway, no, the listening part is huge. And it's neat because like Derek and we were all talking this morning in our little sort of staff meeting, how it's nice that we actually have a voice that they might listen to now.
It is.
Because it's before, like it's just like a normal human. Like we didn't as much. We're still, less than normal humans, but
slightly sub.
But we know, according to our wives, but we do. We work really hard to choose the guitars that we are very passionate about, that we think are the best builders in the world. And build phenomenal instruments that inspire you. Yeah. And if there's something that I think can be improved on it, we want to let them know. Yeah. And we will let them know. And it's the fact that we can have that dialogue with them, and they don't get all weird about. They want to know. Like they will call us. Anyone from like John to Carlos to Gabriel to like the guys at Fender, from Ron and Ed and Kurt and that team. They want to know that they're doing a good by us. Yeah. Because we spend a lot of money with them.
It's true.
A lot of money with all of them, but it's not about, it's really the relationship. And that's the thing that it's hard to understand, is that's the next aspect I've found, is the relationship you develop with these builders is key.
Yeah.
Because I know it's weird. You think it's just coming off of a Whittle robot guitar-o-matic machine where they press some pedals and stuff. If it's a weird relationship, the guitar is going to suffer from some of these guys. I've noticed that. I've noticed a bit of soul, a bit of magic put into some of these guitars.
Made with love. We joke about that kind of stuff, but there's something to that. I mean,
that's why that Echo Park is sitting on my couch right now.
Well, there's the joke about, usually we're talking about like production guitars. Like you don't want a guitar that was made on Monday morning or Friday afternoon. You know what I mean? Because maybe the heart and soul's not quite there, the focus, right? And I think there's something to that even with small builders, these guys who are super talented. I mean, and the best ones are able to channel that in every build, and everyone, their heart and their soul's in it. And it does give it a little something extra.
And that's what I've seen with some of these cats are trying to do that. And I like that, and I'm so happy with the dialogue that's open between us, and I hope that's with other dealers that they're working with. They can have that, and it forces to be a better product at the end of the day for the player. And I think that's important, and it's not just somebody that's putting a parts caster together.
Right.
Even if it's not like a bolt-on type, and everybody's like, "Oh, bolt-ons are easy. I can do that," and you could do that.
Again, I could do it, but
and I have done it. It's substandard at best, and it was not inspiring. I've seen lots of people build them.
I mean, I've played relatively expensive ones that I felt were,
I have too.
Yeah.
That are very popular too.
Yeah.
There's a reason, we don't carry certain things too, just because of that. But it's the relationships, it's the TNT, it's the ability to listen. And then the final thing is it's the ability to have it depends how big you are going to be, but have a good team that supports you, but is not filled with yes men and women. That will actually push you to be a better builder, push you to be a better business person,
right,
and push you just to be a better, just person overall in your desire to build great guitars.
Right.
And I can say, like, again, with Casadosa, I know it's a family business. It's awesome. It's all built on site, small team, super low output. I love that.
Yep.
What John's doing is different, and I love it too. But his team is tight.
Right.
And they're somewhere in California, some's in Arizona, but then the bulk is there in Crossville, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. He's even got a Canuck working with him. It's crazy, weird. I like to think of him as Flemish, because
Flemish. There you go.
He's just a dainty little minx that just struts around the fingerboard. If you want to hear some SRV licks, this guy can shred them. But then he speaks with a Canadian accent. It's really confusing. And he's super nice. And he just got married, so God bless him there too. And she's way prettier than he is, but that's okay. That's how it is with all guitar players, right?
I like to think so.
I know. I definitely like to think so with that. But no, it's been fun to watch these teams. And then you got Fender, who has the ecosphere of the past of building and what they've done. It takes a lot.
It does.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
I just Hillary Clinton did it.
Darn. There you go.
You got anything else to add to it?
I think that's it.
We haven't talked about movies really.
We've not talked even at all about movies.
Our fearless leaders just returned to.
I know. He's like, well, are you guys still talking? Still talking. Wrap it up. Are we done?
We've already done this click subscribe thing, right?
I think we have. So I think we're good.
Take us home.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
Love it.